say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Kennesaw State Owls, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. From inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Kennesaw State Owls offense will start this game off with the football. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for a senior opportunity. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, then he's obviously going to have a big...
He lost one down the sideline. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. So Texas's offense will go to work for the first time today. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
Well, that's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Kennesaw State right back to work.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got him downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flip.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean. And sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Back to throw. It's Odom. Rushes on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man quickly. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Gonna run it, it's Simon. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Catches it at the 30. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Looking to throw, it's Odo. Got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Pocket breaking down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Here comes the Texas offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Catch in the middle, it's Lockett. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Chancellor. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Bring in the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. That's reeled in. It's McCutcheon. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass, it's Manning. Got his man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. What can they pull out of the playbook here on second and long from the 17? The play action fake. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. On the ground, it's Simon. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Back to throw, it's Odom. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He leaves it with his back. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here's the handoff. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. There's the pressure. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's That's why they've built a lead.
Just gets rid of it before the heat. And they can't make the connection on third down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Finds his big tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Finds a good hold there and gets 4 to give them a little breathing room out to the 5.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. The give to the tailback. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. They're up to a half-dozen kick. Here they come, and it's blocked.
Man, you're probably thinking, who the heck has that guy? The block right up the middle. Guy comes right near the center, comes through the formation, gets his hands up.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Miami. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. From the gun, running back on the move. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Dean. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Turning it on! And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Kennesaw State right back to work. Looking to throw, it's Odom. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the incompletion is an open invitation to the special teams unit to come onto the field. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's McCutcheon. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. From the gun, the ground game. At the 35, he's open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Hey, listen, Listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attacked the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're...
Intercepted, and finally this defense makes a play. Got room on the return. He's at the touchdown, Owls. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And with the extra point, they close to within 10 down. And boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
The Longhorns are on the move. Guard in the backfield. It's Winston. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll try the left side. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. And they've converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Unloads to the right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Using the quick game. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'll go to the air. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they're not on the same page there. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Punt is in the air. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Got his man in the middle. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on 1st down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Lockett.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Longhorn! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They got the late touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage.
Woof. Deep breath, big sigh of relief. He's able to recover it. You know, you put that thing on the deck, you start to panic, but great job getting back to the fumble, recovering his own fumble. Otherwise, whew, that could have been bad.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll try the run. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And these two defenses have shown uncommon discipline through 2 quarters, especially the D-backs. They've kept to their assignments, covering those receivers like cheap suits. Certainly not the fashionable wardrobe old KC wears here in studio. Anyway, yes, the passing game. Be better. How's that for a breakdown? And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got his man across the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Texas! And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. Rides to back and leaves it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback on the keeper. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. To the air, it's Manning. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. The give from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Still on his feet at the 45. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Longhorns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Wide receiver going in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Manning. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly, they continue to get him on the ground and create these negative plays for this offense that creates a big hole for them.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He'll do it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Now, don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Off-play action on first down. That's caught. It's Lockett. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's McCutcheon. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Longhorn! Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground. Reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The sure hands, it's Carney. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? To the air, it's Odom. Fires one high and deep. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The give to the back. Got enough for the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Coming out on first down with the play fake. snagged in the middle. It's Winston. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Off the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Lockett. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Grab near the marker. It's Washington. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texans!
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent who beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Hold and fire complete. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Odom. Here comes the heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front, how good their pass rush has been.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Setting up the screen. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kennesaw State coming out with another 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Unloads it left. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're trying to find some room off right tackle. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot.
He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They go to the ground. Spins away from the defense. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lockett. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you've got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
The Longhorns come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Grabbed behind the line. It's McCutcheon. There he goes. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week one sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
PAT unit on the field. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. Williams will pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Out of the gun. The inside handoff to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball is at the 41 as his defense tries to force the punt on third and long. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Now don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got it behind the line. It's McCutcheon. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Leaves it with the back. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on second down from the 18. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Pressure coming. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to...
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. Punt is on its way. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Third down after the run. They'll try to run for it. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. Punt is in the air on fourth down. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. He now has 84 yards rushing now here in week 1. A solid start to this new campaign. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Brings up third down.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Lockett. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Longhorns just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.